So it's a few days after Christmas, and honestly, this whole Christmas break, I mean, I'm an adult, so do I really get a Christmas break? Not really. But this whole time I haven't really had a chance to read as much as I would like to. So I thought it would be fun to do a bit of a readathon. I'm not going to do a 24-hour one because I don't think I would be able to function properly afterwards. So I'm just going to do a 12-hour one. And yeah, I just thought it would be fun to kind of film it, document it, and see how many books that I get done throughout the span of 12 hours. So before I begin, I'm gonna lay down the rules or the groundwork, but this is my challenge, my 12-hour readathon, so I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. And how that works is I'm gonna start a timer, and I just have to read 12 hours. So once the timer hits 12 hours, I'm good. Now, that being said, when I'm not reading, I am gonna pause the timer. The timer only counts when I'm actually reading. So that could be physical, that can be audiobook, because we do consider audiobooks reading. I'm also probably gonna be reading multiple books throughout this challenge because I have quite a few that I wanna get done before the end of the year. Not that I necessarily have to, but I would like to. I am a big mood reader, but honestly, something that I've been really working on this year in terms of reading is actually picking books and reading books that I actually will enjoy. So a lot of my books that I have that I want to read, I actually want to read them. Like, I'm not just reading them because they're popular. I'm reading them because they actually sound interesting to me, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna finish this walk and then let's get to reading. Okay, so before I officially start the readathon, I thought I would quick go through the books that I want to work on over the span of the 12 hours. So, yep, I don't know if you guys can see Ebenezer in the background. But first up we have The Will of the Many, and this is the first book in the Hierarchy series, and this is actually a reread for me. And so if I finish that book, I'm definitely jumping into The Strength of the Few, which this came out in November of this year, and this is the second book in the Hierarchy series. And to say I'm obsessed with James Islington would be an understatement. I love every book that he writes, so I'm definitely excited to get to this one. And then I have The Jasad Crown, which this is the second book in the Scorched Throne duology, and I'm about halfway through this one, so this one is definitely at the top of the list. Next up, I have Red Rising, and this is just a sci-fi book. It's actually pretty popular on Book Talk right now, and I've been trying to get into the sci-fi scene for a little bit, so I thought this would be a good entry point. And yeah, for the most part, it's pretty good. I'm not very far into it, so I can't really speak on that. I'm about here. But yeah, so this one is up there. And then these are two books that I haven't started yet, but are also on the top of the list. So I have The Night and the Moth, and this is the book club pick for my in-person book club for the month of January. So I definitely want to get to this book at some point in the near future, even if I don't get to it in this video. And then next we have The Lost Queen, and this was recommended by a book talker on Book Talk. I'll put her username up here. Her name's Jen, but she's awesome and she has great recs and great reviews. So definitely check her out if you're on Book Talk. But I've heard nothing but good things from her about this book, so I'm excited to get to this one if time allows it. So those are all the books that I kind of want to work through, at least read. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I do read multiple books at a time, and that doesn't bother me. Some people get offended by that. I don't really see why. Read how you want to read. That's my rules. So yeah, so let's just get straight into this readathon. Okay, so I'm about 2 hours and 30 minutes into the readathon, and I got a good chunk of The Will of the Many done. I'm almost done with the book, so I'm excited to go from that into The Strength of the Few. But yeah, so I took a little bit of a break to just walk Ebb, and then what I'll probably do is put on an audiobook and clean up the house a little bit, just because it's a bit of a mess, and I also need to eat lunch, so I think that'll be my next step. I'm currently listening to the audiobook of The Woman by Kristin, and I'm loving it so far. It's very traumatizing, it's very heavy, and it really touches a lot on what it could have been like for some of the Vietnam vets that came back from the Vietnam War. And so it's definitely an eye-opening historical fiction book for sure. So I'm enjoying it, so I'll probably pop that on, get a few chores done, and yeah, go from there. I'll come back and update you guys once I've done a little bit more reading. Okay, so I just finished my reread of The Will of the Many, and it was just as good the second time as the first time. The last part of the book, I'm just always at the edge of my seat. Even though I'd already read it and I knew what was going to happen, it still hit me the same. So definitely, I would always recommend this book. The Hierarchy series, I just know it's going to be one of my favorite. So I finished The Will of the Many, and then I also read the interlude that James Islington wrote that is supposed to connect The Will of the Many to The Strength of the Few, which is the second book. And so I finished that, and I paused the timer because I'm going to head back home because I came out here to read and I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. So that's what I'm gonna go do now, and then I will probably pick another book to read. I might read the Jasad Crown. I'm not sure what I'm feeling, so I'm gonna go back, look at the options, and go from there. But yeah, I might honestly just jump straight into The Strength of the Few because it's just so good. I just need to know what happens next. So let's go see what I jump into. Okay, so it's the next morning, and I'm looking a little rough because it's pretty early in the morning. I'm about to head to church, but I'm out walking Ebenezer, and I thought, oh, I'll just quick film a little update on the readathon. So I think I made it about 6.5, maybe 7 hours into the readathon. So I only have about 5 to go. And as you saw from the previous clip, I finished The Will of the Many, and then I also last night finished The Women from my audiobook. So I'm excited for that because that book was so good. It was so traumatizing and heartbreaking, but it was so good. I would definitely suggest everyone to read that book, even if you don't like historical fiction. I think it's a pretty important read, and you can tell that the author put a lot of time and effort and research into it, and so yeah, it was just a really cool read. But I did start The Strength of the Few last night after finishing The Will of the Many, so I'm doing good so far. I finished 2 books, and yeah, we'll see what I get up to reading today. Okay guys, so it's been a few days since I've updated you on where I'm at reading wise and with this reading challenge. So let me catch you back up to speed. So I think the last time I talked to you was Sunday, and I think I only read The Strength of the Few that day, and I only read for like an hour. I barely read anything. And so Monday I ended up just doing house stuff, cleaning the house, doing errands, that kind of stuff, because on Tuesday my family came into town, and so I ended up spending majority of the day with them. And then today is Wednesday, and I've just kind of been doing a reset. You know, the end of the year when it gets all weird and kind of funky, that's where I'm at right now. So I think I accidentally deleted my timer that was going on my phone, but I have, last I saw it was 4:48, like 4 hours and 48 minutes left, but I'm just gonna set it to 5 hours and go from there. So we're gonna continue with this challenge. We're not giving up. It's just taking a little longer than expected. So I am going to keep reading Strength of the Few, and I honestly might start The Night in the Moth, because that's my book club's book pick for January. I think I said that earlier in the video. And it's due back at my library soon, so I kind of want to just read it and be done with it. So we'll see what I end up picking. But guys, I finally got a nice bookcase, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna start filling it up with my books, so I'll update you on that as well. Okay guys, so I am back at my new favorite reading spot, this little bench in my community, and I am hopefully going to finish the Jasad crown. I'm pretty close to being done. I have that much left, and I'm just so excited to finish this book. It's just so good. The yearning, the way this author writes yearning is insane, and the male main character, his lines, like his dialogue, is insane. I am actually stunned. She knows how to write male main characters. This author gets it. So I'm gonna keep reading this book, and yeah, we'll see if I finish it. I have high hopes. Okay, this is probably considered a spoiler to the Jasad crown, so skip if you don't want to hear what I'm about to say. But Aaron just said, "I'm the weapon of the Malika, and it is her alone I pledge myself to." I'm gagged. Okay guys, it is the next day, and I don't even remember the last time I updated you. I think I was reading the Jasad crown outside, and I finished it while I was sitting outside, and that book was so good. The ending was so good. So if you haven't read that duology, the Scorched Throne duology, please read it. It's the next day now. It's January 3rd, and I'm looking a little rough because I stayed up way too late reading. I started another book yesterday, The Night in the Moth, and I stayed up all night reading it, and I finished it. I read from the reviews and just from some friends on Book Talk, and they said that it was one of those books that you should binge. So I literally binged it, and I read it in one night, and it was really good. It was a little weird at times, so I can definitely see why people didn't like it, but overall it was really good, and the romance was really good. So I think I'm gonna just end the video here, because technically I had 15 minutes left on my timer, but I finished my book, or I finished a book, so I was like, this would be a good stopping point. And also there was a time when I forgot to press the timer, so I was reading for like a long time without the timer actually going, so I'm just saying it counts and it's all equal. Okay? So to recap, I finished 4 books in this video. I finished The Will of the Many, my reread of The Will of the Many. I finished listening to the audiobook The Woman by Kristin. And then I finished the Jasad Crown, and I read The Night in the Moth. So it was a pretty successful 12-hour readathon. It took me about a week to do it, so I definitely could have done it sooner if I just pushed myself, but I'm a huge mood reader, so I was just reading when I wanted to. But overall, it was a fun challenge. And yeah, let me know if you like this type of video. I had a lot of fun filming it, so if you like it, maybe I should do another one. But yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in my next video.